And germs. Welcome to Dilettante Ball. I'm Johnny.
I'm Spencer.
Here on Dilettante Ball, we go on Wikipedia.
We click random article.
And we talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
But first,
we're going to talk about something else.
The GDB QR 2014. That's the Great Dilettante Ball Quarter Race
2014. That's where Johnny and I and you, the listener at home, are racing to collect the 50 state quarters.
And 50 plus state quarters, not the beautiful parks quarters.
Thank you. Now, today I've got 2 quarters. Johnny, how many do you have?
I have none, but I'll tell you, I have some, but we are not at my apartment where we usually record.
That's
and
true.
I forgot to bring them because I had to carry all of my equipment.
See. Right. We're in the summer studio right now. Okay, so we'll get to your quarters next week. This week, though, it's all about me, baby. Let's start off.
Isn't it always?
Let's start off with the most American state of them all. This is New
Delaware.
York. No, not. I like where you're coming from, but this one's New York. What's funny about New York is it's all like country or something, isn't it? It's all what? Like mountain. New York.
Oh,
the state.
Yeah. It's all like hillbillies.
Right. Yeah. The Catskills Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's got the Statue of Liberty on that quarter for sure.
It
right?
absolutely does. It's like a topographical map of New York, and it's got the Statue of Liberty, and it says Gateway to Freedom. So that's how you know the rest of New York State sucks, is because everything on that quarter is about New York City.
Which isn't even the capital.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's some podunk Albany. And to follow it up, the most American state in the Union.
Delaware.
No.
Damn.
Louisiana.
Okay.
What do you think is on the Louisiana quarter?
It's an outline of Louisiana.
You know what? Technically, yes, you're right.
And a shrimp po' boy.
So what it is it's the outline of the United States as a whole, and it has the Louisiana Purchase outlined specifically.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it says Louisiana Purchase. And the 2 things that it has next to it, what's the 2 most, Louisiana things you can think of? Well, of course,
tits.
It's a big honkin'
Tits and gators.
It's a big honkin' pair of tits.
Tits and gators. The gators, the state bird of Louisiana, and titties are the state flower.
Well, Hooters are the state bird. This is a pelican and a trumpet with some eighth notes being projected out of it, so you know that's playing music.
Is the pelican covered in oil?
Pelicans.
Whoa!
Yammies. So those are the 2 quarters I got this week, which brings my total up to maybe 21, 23, something like that.
I think I have 3 or 4.
So I'm just about at halfway.
Nice.
So and we're only we're up to May. So I got.
Well, maybe we will get into the beautiful parks.
Maybe we will. Yeah. All right.
We got to get you one of those maps to put them in.
It's getting to that point, yeah. Or I need to have someone's grandpa make me like a board. Yeah. So if there's any grandpas out there that are listening, go ahead and tweet us.
Have your grandson tweet us.
At Dilettante Ball. It's DILETTANTEBALL. #quarterboards.
That's what they would do to terrorists.
Yeah.
At Guantanamo, they would quarterboard them, where they put a rag over their head and just
dump
a bunch of quarters on their face. And it feels like you're getting quarters dumped on your face.
Yeah, it sucks a lot. It hurts.
Let's get a random article. Ooh. Es vive Ibiza.
No, Ibiza.
Ibiza.
Ibiza is the party capital of the world, I want to say.
Really? How do you say 2006 in Spanish?
2006.
2006.
Ibiza.
Es vive Ibiza. 2006. What is alive?
Yeah, Ibiza is alive. Yeah, I guess.
It's the first Es Vive series compilation.
Okay, I don't know what you're saying.
Released on Fifth Angel, a UK-based record label.
Sorry, it's Angel.
Angel. Established by DJ Mark Doyle. That's a shitty DJ name.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm DJ.
Oi, DJ Mark Doyle. I'm releasing my new record, Es Vive in Ibiza. All right, Mark Doyle.
He also set up Head Candy in 1999. Similar to Doyle's releases issued on his initial label.
Rabel.
He's a rabel rouser. The CD compilations are mostly divided into genres, with some crossover.
What does
Usually,
that mean?
I don't know.
Well, some of them are genres, but some of them are crossover genres. Well, that's still a genre.
Oh, here we go. Usually all releases contain 3 discs. So it would be like...
That's 2 discs too many.
Disc 1 is...
Ibiza.
Disc 2 is Madrid. And disc 3 is Barcelona.
So
is Ibiza in Spain?
Ibiza is, I think it's in Spain.
Well, that's I assumed
I think
because
it's an
you started.
island. I feel like it's like an island, like where everyone just does coke and like
Nice.
yeah, and just stays there for 3 days. And
Oh, here we go. The tracks are relevant to different times of the day in Ibiza.
oh brother,
In the Ibiza hotel.
so which is in like Kentucky.
Right. Poolside.
Yeah, that's morning time. That's
Evening.
Yeah.
After hours.
Yeah, after hours. There's only 3 tracks. That's he just divided his day up in 8-hour chunks.
I'm just gonna go through. I'm gonna name artists. You stop me when you've heard of one of them. These are artists who are on this compilation.
Oh, I'll start being the first one, I bet.
Yeah. Cold Cut.
Yeah, what's up? We're Cold Cut. We're playing this year's Gathering the Juggalos.
How about Granddad Bob?
These are all gathering bands. These are Juggalo bands.
Wham Do Project.
Yeah, I'm sticking with my.
Lisa Shaw.
Yep.
Soul Central featuring Billy.
These are.
Click featuring Rabina. Copyright Julian Jabre.
Okay, now
Roger
again,
Sanchez, Andy Cato, Bonnie Bailey, Bob Sinclair featuring Steve Edwards.
So these are all tennis players now.
Express 2 featuring Kurt Wagner.
Ooh, Wagner.
Jesus Jackson.
That's awesome.
Jealousy.
Ooh.
Ether Fox.
I like Ether Fox.
Soul Shaker featuring Cece Peniston.
Okay.
Brass Monkeys featuring Naomi Marsh. Milk and Sugar. GC meets Darius.
Darius. I mean, he's like Darius.
Fatboy Slim.
Now we're talking.
Dahul
Remember him?
And Gary Bruckheimer, son of Jerry Bruckheimer. Jerry Bruckheimer bankrolled their whole career.
Yeah.
Eric Murillo, Club.
Sorry. I was singing Tom Morello. Totally different.
DJ Touche.
Which is tush in Spanish.
A Studio. A apostrophe Studio.
A studio. Sure. Yeah, it's Italian. For a studio.
It's well, they're named after that Police song. A studio.
That's not even a Police song. That's
Is it just
That's
it
the
is
guy
a
from
Police.
Genesis.
No.
It's the guy from Genesis.
Phil Collins sucks dick.
I agree.
Simmons and Christopher.
Sure.
Here we're on disc 3. Taking it home.
Okay.
Xenon
Yep.
featuring Bonnie Bailey. That's the second track Bonnie Bailey's been on.
She's all over the place, really.
I hope Xenon the sequel. Martin Ten Velden.
Okay.
The Migrants featuring Play Paul.
I like that.
Walkin'. Funk PHUNK.
Natch.
Electric.
Is that one word? Funk Electric?
No, I wish.
Yeah, me too.
Kurd Maverick. London Residents. Fetty Legrande.
Okay.
Richard F. Lisa
Mysterious.
Lindley Smith. Chris Lake. Lifelike. And Chris Menace. And Freeform 5.
That's a good one. You say Chris Menace?
Yes.
That's like a really.
KRIS.
That's an awesome. That's like a shitty wrestler name.
I'm Chris Menace.
Yeah. Bad. That's the intro song. Like real shitty. Like.
I don't know what about that list reminded me, but Lifehouse, the band.
Sure.
That's all. we're all just hanging by a moment, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Were they a Christian band?
With a name like Lifehouse, you got to be right.
I feel like probably.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I've even heard their music. I feel like my mom likes them probably. Lay a track on me.
I mean, Hanging by a Moment is the only one that I know.
Oh yeah, whoa, hanging by a moment. Take this moment
and hang it around. it's. I'm hanging by a moment here with you.
And when we are apart, I feel it too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I know FS. They're the ones that developed that cereal, right? Lifehouse cereal.
Yeah.
So that's good. They got that going for him. I feel like Bruce Willis would come up with a cereal.
Why?
He just seems like the kind of guy who's like, you know what? I'm just
I've done
crazy
it all.
enough.
I've done it all.
Right, exactly.
I'm just crazy enough. This might work.
Yeah. I don't know what they would be. Willows.
No, that'd be
Will Smith's daughters.
Yeah. Willows.
Willows. Yeah.
Or Will Smith's.
Bruce Willis got Bruno's. He went by that name for like.
That sucks.
Yeah.
When did he do that? Did
When
he
he
have a
released
music career?
Yeah. When
God
he released
damn it.
Have you? Yeah. We'll.
Bruno.
I think it was called Bruno.
Is to Bruce Willis as Chris Gaines is to Garth Brooks.
That's exactly. Yeah. You're nailing that right now. Well, I'll find a link to his album.
That sucks. Did he try to play minor league baseball too? What's his deal?
I think he did. Yeah. He was all over the place.
Why do people do that? I'm not making music.
I mean, when you get rich and famous and
Just do whatever the fuck you want.
yeah, you're like, yeah. I mean, it's that thing. I've always heard this. I don't know if it's true because I know neither of them. But I've always heard that like rock and roll singers or whatever, like rock and roll dudes, all want to be comedians.
And comedians all want to be rock stars.
Exactly.
I mean, I certainly want to be a rock star.
I want to be both.
Well, I'd love to be a comedian too.
Yeah, let's start there. Start simple.
If you're a fan of this podcast, go on to iTunes. Just give us a rating. Because the quicker you do that, the quicker I'll be a comedian. And the quicker I'm a comedian, the quicker I'll be a rock star.
And the quicker he's a rock star, the quicker he's out of my hair. I just want some peace and quiet. This motherfucker keeps coming over to my house. Like, hey, are you recording today? And I'm like, no, we're not recording. He's like, yeah.
What? Well, I brought the Swiffer.
Yeah.
We only have one tripod.
The other tripod is a Swiffer.
Not even a wet jet. Ugh.
No, yeah.
I don't really care for Swiffers.
I have one and I've used it once.
I'd rather use a broom.
Rather use a broom, huh?
Blast down Swiffers. Boom. There.
You said it.
They seem like a thing that we don't need, you know?
You know, but all the dust cleans to them. It's static electricity. It's like the future.
Is it static electricity?
I don't know.
I feel like I could just tape a paper towel to,
Do
a binder and rub it around on the ground and it'll do the same thing.
I've done both, and I'll tell you what, you're right.
The Pepsi challenge.
Yeah, they tasted the same to me. I'll tell you that much.
This one's the Swiffer. No, I'm sorry. That's a paper towel taped to a binder.
I'm so embarrassed.
This tastes just like the Swiffers my mom used to make. Well, I'm sorry. It's paper towel taped to a binder. Oh, Mom!
Did you ever have a home cooked meal? Was there like I remember when I was a little kid, I feel like there was a schedule. Like Mondays, meatloaf.
Sure.
But then as I grew older and I got, more picky or whatever, it just was like, cool, it's a day of the week and I'm eating chicken nuggets.
I started out picky.
Yeah.
So I ate a lot of chicken nuggets and grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Pretty much exclusively.
Yeah.
Until I was 17.
That sounds right to me too.
And then when I was probably 16 or 17, I had my first sub.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly.
I was like,
yeah.
Oh.
I did the same thing with hamburgers. I didn't have a hamburger until I was like 19.
I didn't have hamburgers until I was really old either.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I was like maybe 20.
I wasn't that old. I was probably 12.
Okay. Yeah, I was old as hell, dude. I was like traveling abroad in Europe. I was in Dublin and had my
you don't
first.
need to brag.
I mean, no, it's cool. It's cool. I was in Dublin. I had my first hamburger, and found the love of my life. And
she was a hamburger.
Right.
She's dead now.
She is dead.
I ate her. She's poop now.
So I mean, she's out there somewhere.
What's your favorite thing about Dublin?
The hamburgers, probably. Awesome. The craziest thing I'll tell you this is the craziest thing ever.
Round of hamburgers for me and me blokes.
Right. Oh yeah. So I went to this place. I forget the name of the tavern off the top of my head, but it was founded in 900 AD.
That doesn't even make sense.
I was like, oh, this tavern I'm in is 500 or 600 years older than Columbus, finding America. People have been getting drunk at this tavern before anyone moved to the U.S. from Europe.
What's the oldest? What do you think the oldest bar here is?
In America?
The oldest it could possibly be would be 1776, right?
No, I mean it could be older than that.
Yeah, I guess
like Roanoke or something like that. But
we found it. We found the lost
the
Roanoke bar.
Right. But I mean, the oldest one probably really is only from
maybe 1800.
I was gonna say maybe 1800, probably more like 1920 or something.
Well, because every 50 years they knock it down and build a new one, probably.
Yeah, exactly. A newer, taller one, a faster bar.
Get you drunker quicker.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know that. I don't know, dude. When I was in college, I lived in a house with a bunch of people, and we threw a few parties early on in the school year, and so it was for our improv team, our improv group.
Sure.
Rather. So it was a bunch of
That was before I joined. That was before my time.
Well, oh wow. Okay, so you missed all these bitchin' parties. So let me tell you though. It was me and my improv buddies. It was cool. It was awesome.
Even when I was in the club, I didn't go to. We don't need to talk about this.
Well, so here's the thing. So all the kids, it's like an improv club in college. You're fairly dorky.
Ooh, let's have a. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
I've brought my craft beer that I've been brewing in my basement.
Not even that much,
Please
though.
don't drink too many.
You're right. So, but I happen to live with the only cool people, like the two cool people in the club were in my house.
No, I wasn't in the club yet.
Sorry, the one cool person, and so they were adamant about having a good party, like a killer party. And so they like went all out. They bought
Gators, titties,
right, growlers full of all kinds of beers.
gator milk
Gator milk.
to attract the gators.
Right, to bring them to the party. They got like a professionally done like ice luge. Like yeah, right. They had like I don't even 2 kegs maybe, like a 2-story beer bong. It was just insane. It was insane. And that's where I just want to say how cool I was.
Yeah, so as soon as I got back from Dublin,
I guess things really changed for me.
I was a new person. Me and my bros just decided to throw a pretty sick party.
Just a fucking rager.
Tons of beer,
Tons of
burgers, beers, burgers, and broads. My 3 favorite things.
I mean, maybe before I was like a world traveler, I wouldn't have picked up one of those things. But you know what? Now I am, and now I got some experiences. So I feel pretty good about sophomore year of college.
Broad in my lap, a burger in one hand and a beer in the other. That's just the Spencer Hamilton way. Let's party.
Let's throw some Bruno up on the stereo. Let's kick these jams off right. Okay.
What kind of music did Bruno do?
I feel like it was like
club music.
No. I feel like it was. I feel like he actually still plays harmonica and is awesome at it. And it was like some kind of crazy like electric blues. Yeah, so maybe it's good.
I hope it's not good.
I feel like he was on SNL within the last couple of years, and his monologue, he was like, cool, here's my monologue. All right, we're done. Let's play some blues. And he was like, just like wailing on his harmonica.
That's crazy.
It was awesome. Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm making fun of him, but maybe it was awesome.
He knows what's up.
Maybe he does. I don't know.
Maybe that's the only. Maybe every actor is just they want to be a musician from the beginning, but it's easier to become an actor than it is to it's easier to break into acting than it is to break into the music business. So it's like a long game.
Oh, interesting.
So
all actors are just failed rock and roll musicians.
Yeah, until they get big enough that they can do whatever the fuck they want. And then finally, I'm Bruno.
I'm Bruno. This is who I always wanted to be. Unless you're Jared Leto, and then I guess you just do both.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a Jared Leto movie or listened to
30 Seconds to Mars.
Jared Leto and the E Street Band song.
He's in 30 Seconds to Mars, and he was in Fight Club.
Who was he in Fight Club?
He was the I Just Want to Destroy Something Beautiful. That was the guy that got destroyed. Oh, there you go. I don't know, man. And he was in Dallas Buyers Club. He was a transvestite. I didn't see him either.
I've also never seen a Bruce Willis movie.
Oh, no, he's great. He plays a transvestite in Sixth Sense. He kind of got cast type a little bit. Or typecast, I should say. He just plays a lot of transvestites.
Who else have I never seen? I've never seen a movie?
No, you've never seen any movie?
No.
Most of them are about transvestites.
Weird.
Yeah, it is really weird. It's kind of like, Like, you know how the Illuminati control the world?
Transvestites control the film industry.
Yeah, it's kind of like, what do you call that? Like my dad's really into like all these conspiracy theories, and he's like, 6 transvestites control all the banks, and all these like, I don't know. It's kind of always send me emails.
This is something that
Obama's a transvestite.
I know. Right. This is transvestite Muslim. This is something that I don't really want to talk about, but I feel like we need to.
Oh boy.
They just released the cast list for Star Wars 7.
Oh, here we go.
And
I'm pretty happy.
For us in our time right now, this Sunday they're releasing the trailer for Rebels.
Oh, I freaked out. I was like, for Star Wars?
Oh no, that'd be crazy. for you listening at home, 2 days ago they released the trailer for Rebels.
What is Rebels?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Rebels is a cartoon that takes place between episodes 3 and 4 of Star Wars in the year 5 BBY. That's 5 years before the Battle of Yavin.
So essentially, after episode 3 happens, there's a 20-year gap? More or less a 20-year, maybe 19? Thank you. So this takes place 5 years before the events of the first Star Wars movie, episode 4.
Yes. The episode 3 ends in 19 BBY.
There you go. Perfect.
Episode 1 is 32 BBY.
That's my favorite kind of girl, BBY. Big, beautiful,
young.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's Star Wars season for the next decade. It's gonna be Star Wars season.
It's true. So come here for all your your Wikipedia and Star Wars needs.
Yeah, in that order. You know, if you ever like come across like a word that you don't know, just tweet at us, and then we'll keep clicking random article, but maybe
Until we get to it.
Yeah, right.
And if we get to it, we'll tweet back at you. And if you have a Star Wars question, look it up.
Just look it up, man.
We help those who help themselves, and it's, you know, if you want to know, you'd know.
If you help a man, you help him for a day. But if you teach a man to help himself, well, then you helped him in the first place. So it's just gonna be a cycle, I guess, when it comes down to it.
Give a man a womp rat.
Right.
He'll eat for a day. Teach a man to shoot womp rats in his speeder from
6. I mean, they're not much bigger than 6 meters.
No, you know, he'll eat for life.
That's true.
It's really big.
Yeah,
Is it 6
it
meters?
can't be 6
3
meters. 3 meters.
That's still really big.
Still like
a meter.
It's like 10 feet still. I don't know. That's a huge.
If you know how big a womp rat is,
I mean, if we don't know, no one knows.
that's true.
We're kind of the be all end all.
We're Star Wars authorities. What's something that isn't Star Wars? Nothing, right?
I don't know, man. I mean, I came back from the Kessel Run and I just felt like a new man, you know? It's this, me and Chewie, I felt like we had this life bond, you know?
It's just space babes, space burgers, and space brew.
Yeah, yeah. Spice brew. I'm just a simple spice runner, okay?
Just give me some spice, some blue milk, and some Twi'lek babes.
Yeah, hey, everything, it's all good, you know? Just hanging out. What is this voice I'm doing?
That's you.
Hey, man, you know, it's cool.
Where do you want to go on your honeymoon?
That's assuming a lot.
Yeah, I know.
I'm probably. I always feel sad whenever people are like, "Yeah, we're going on our honeymoon," and it's like, "Oh, did you just get married?" No, we got married like a year and a half ago, but you know, student loans and you know all that kind of stuff.
Hey, how about you don't get married until you have your fucking life together?
Yeah, how about you put love on hold and deal with some money? That's what I'm saying. It's all about the ducats. Hello, some fat purse strings. Hey, I got mine, Jack. All right, so.
You make fun, but I think that is a very wise thing to do.
But you know what? Love is blind.
That's true. I guess I'm not in love.
That's what it is. You need to get your prescription checked, my friend, because love is blind.
I don't even know what that means.
Hey, you know, it's just
it's an old Irish proverb.
You know, it's really beautiful. I mean, if you would have been in Dublin, I guess you would know. But it's inscribed over the keystone of the world's largest aquarium. World's largest and oldest. Is built by
Who's your favorite
Dubliner?
Who's your favorite Irish Caribbean musician? I know mine.
Oh yeah, who's yours?
Eli Kaldwell.
I thought it was gonna be a joke. Who's Eli Kaldwell?
You got to check his music. You know, great hits like Skinny Jeans and
Well, Skinny Jeans is really all you need to know.
Yeah.
I mean, walk into any JCPenney and you'll hear it playing. Is that
Hey, can I ever get with you in those skinny jeans? Yeah, it's crazy.
And he's like white and Irish and happens to live in the Caribbean, or is he like
He lives in Ireland. One of his parents is like Irish. One of them is Caribbean.
okay?
So it's a big thing. He says it over and over again, like, "Oh, I'm Irish Caribbean. Like I'm an Irish Caribbean music sensation." Eli Kaldwell,
The world's best Irish Caribbean musician.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Well, I guess by default you win, man. I mean, how long until the Grammys has a category just for him? I mean, they already have like Zydeco, or and this winner of this year's Zydeco album is the same Uncle Kracker. I assume
We're
he
having
does
an Uncle Kracker.
Zydeco.
This is a thing that I think I'm making up. Did Uncle Kracker?
I'm gonna say yeah, probably he did.
Did he ever do a collab
With who? Fat Joe?
I was gonna say Joe C.
With Joe C. The little person maybe?
Yeah,
that hung out with Kid Rock.
until he died of celiac disease.
No, he did.
Mm-hmm.
That's the life of a rock star, though. Beer in one hand, breadsticks in the other, and babe in your lap. Smell you later. That's the thing about Han Solo. He's always getting himself into giant interstellar worms. You know, but I mean, how can you avoid it? When your ship goes that fast, sometimes you just slip right in and you don't even realize it. I mean, how fast? 0.5 past light speed. What the hell does that mean? Don't worry about it.
This has been a Peaches and Hot Sauce presentation.
Peaches. Hot sauce. 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 Got your peaches.